It was BronyCon 2016. The sun was shining, and the bronies were dancing gaily, with nary an angry mob out for the fiery Joker's hide in sight, for once. Yet he was still at unease, for only a few short months prior, a new episode of My Little Pony, one the community had awaited for years, aired to a flurry of controversy. Now at this point, what else is new? Anyway, having a more personal connection with the episode than most, Josh's brain was in a quagmire as to exactly how best approach it.
Freaking controversial episodes. You can't review Newbie Dash. Newbie Dash sucks. You only like Newbie Dash because you were in the military. Only those who were in a military background, or a car background, or any sort of disciplinarian background can appreciate Newbie Dash. Your opinion is invalid.
Hey, Josh? Yeah, hi, I couldn't help but hear your innate rambling while I was using your shower. I just want to go on record saying that I have no military background whatsoever, but I still thought Newbie Dash was a good episode. Heck, I'd argue it's one of the best episodes this season. Why are you looking at me like that? All right, fine, I'll collab with you. Just give me the common courtesy to finish up in here, please. Oh, by the way, you're out of bath salts. So this episode starts out with Rainbow Dash flying around Ponyville when she's called down by her beta.
The Rainbow Dash fan club just decided every pony's coming to see you when the Wonderbolt's new tour comes through Ponyville.
Oh, guess that came back.
You gonna do superhero landing? Wait for it. Woo! Superhero landing. Yeah, that's really hard on your knees.
We need you in the show when we get to Ponyville. Flying.
Wait, they're telling her that here? That's uncommon. Usually that's something you get called into an office for, or you get notified by mail.
Have you seen Equestria's postal service? Not really reliable. Important once-in-a-lifetime event invitations are relayed either entirely through the wind, or Spike, or lost in chaotic pocket dimensions.
The show is weird.
You think?
You're finally a full-fledged Wonderbolt! Woohoo! Yeah, Rainbow Dash!
Whoa! Hype levels had a bit of a spike there. Went up to the levels of Mighty Number 9.
Oh, too soon!
What she said.
Oh crap, we've gone up to pre-Star Wars Episode 1 levels. I don't think the video can take it! Huh. She seemed to have hypegasmed so hard it blew up the intro.
So nothing was really lost then.
Yeah.
Any ponies seen my wing bomb? I don't want to be stiff when I show up at Wonderbolt headquarters.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I'll tell you when you're older.
I'm 24. So, this is an interesting setup so far. I wonder who's ready to... Oh, there it is. Grab your knives and bibs. We're having means tonight. Best served with extra salt.
Firestreak decided to retire and teach full-time. But guess who was at the top of the reserve list?
Snowflake?
No, he's bulk biceps now.
Derpy?
No, hated by Hasbro.
Flash Sentry?
No, hated by bronies.
Garble?
Okay, are you even trying?
It's only 2 days till tour starts, and I need to learn the routine.
Okay, bull friggin' crap. I remember preparing for a show and it took us a month.
Well, there is a habit of this show giving important events on short notice. The only exception to that were events that had build-up, like the Grand Galloping Gala or the Equestria Games.
I haven't even thought about your going away party yet.
How to write Pinkie Pie 101. 1. Mention parties.
2. Add a very high-pitched and rapid food-related non sequitur.
3.
4. Profit!
Now that my awesomeness has finally been recognized, the other Wonderbolts will have to keep up or eat my clout trail.
Popcorn?
No, this room doesn't have a microwave, remember?
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, Do I show up wearing sunglasses or not?
The realness of the scenario is painful.
What do you mean?
Well, yeah, that's pretty much how every military scrub acts before they are shown the pecking order.
You know, there are a lot of jokes I can make based off of those two last words alone. In fact, here are 10 of them right now!
No. None of that. So we're taking back to Wonderball Academy. Oh no, they just reused the background for this.
Don't forget rule number 1, newbie. Always check both ways before crossing the runway.
Seriously? That's like elementary school levels of common knowledge.
You do realize what we're watching, right?
Touche.
Altius Volantis, soaring higher.
Wait, really? Okay, hold on. Let's look this up. Well then.
Huh, what'd you look at that? Ponies used to speak in Latin. That means they likely have their own dead languages and evolving cultures.
Wow. I can't wait for the show to expand on this very interesting world building.
Comics and books aren't canon.
That makes me die inside.
Looking good.
Have some brony tears.
Thank you! What the heck is this? There's no bitterness to it at all. It tastes the sweetness and satisfaction and... Oh.
There you go. See, this is what happens when everything comes full circle. Rainbow Dash finally achieved her dream, and she's now an official Wonderbolt. Only tears of joy can be tasted.
Okay, Wonderbolts, get ready to meet your most awesome member ever.
And start.
Hey, look out!
12 seconds, Dash. A kid from elementary school could have lasted longer than you.
Josh, you do realize what we're watching, right?
Shut up and let me overanalyze a show about magical cartoon horses, please.
Whoa, most awesome entrance by a newbie ever.
Well, she ended up where she belongs.
Do you have any survival instinct?
Come to those. So, the Wonderbolts decide to bestow the title Rainbow Crash in honor of her first official blunder as a Wonderbolt.
She then has a Vietnam flashback to her childhood where we learn that she was picked on for the exact same thing.
More like Rainbow Crash. Rainbow Crash. Rainbow Crash.
Wow, children are assholes.
Children? What about the teacher? I haven't seen a teacher this willing to mock a child when he or she was down since the Grinch. Yeah, laugh at the child who isn't emotionally mature enough to handle mocking disdain.
You forgot rule number 1, newbie. Always check both ways before crossing the runway.
Oh my god, this is an elementary school.
Here we come to the first point of contention. Okay, we will concede that final Wonderbolt was a bit of a jerk, but this is kind of like basic teasing.
What I don't get is that she was able to blow that nickname off just fine on Sonic Rainboom. Why is she suddenly upset here?
I think it's because the bully said it as a term of detriment and Dash learned how to just blow it off. But the Wonderbolts, as we learn later, are saying it as a term of endearment, so should Dash be right in being offended?
Well, then again, these are her idols and personal heroes who are saying it.
Well, then it's all the more reason for her to get off her butt and do her job. And it's your first day, you're gonna screw up. This is essentially how they break you in.
My name's not Crash.
Here's another point of contention. People say that because these nicknames were clearly affecting Rainbow Dash's performance, they should have stopped.
Okay, 1. She was performing badly before they started calling her that before practice. Even so, there is no right or perfect way to get someone to perform. Depending on what needs to be taught, how quickly it needs to be taught, and the type of learner, there are different methods of teaching. This is one that they selected, and I personally think it's fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, it worked on me. I mean, I performed embarrassingly badly my first day. Woo-wee.
Really?
I was understandably called names, and there were two ways I could have taken it. I could either throw a giant pity party, feel sorry for myself, and quit because it was too hard, or I could practice to stop screwing up and actually do the job I signed up to do.
Wait, you were called names?
Oh yeah, plenty of them. There was Bander, Booger, Burger, Fluttershy after they found out I was Brony. Oh yeah, there was also Bone.
Josh, I shouldn't feel the need to censor you on your own show.
If I can pull off a sonic rain boom, I can learn this routine. I'll have it down cold tomorrow. Probably even come up with a couple of improvements.
Can I choke her?
She's not real.
Your point?
Okay, Rainbow Dash, honey, sweetie, 3 things. 1, they only have 1 more day to get this done, and you want to deliberately change the routine? Ain't nobody got time for that!
2, you are the new guy. Stop trying to act like your opinion should be treated with the same weight as a CEO. Do what you're told until you earn the right to give suggestions.
And 3, this isn't about standing out. This is about trying to perform together as a team. And as the newbie, you have to do as you're told because you know nothing, Jon Snow!
Like worst flyer of the day has to clean up the whole compound.
Okay, there's 2 ways they could take this. 1 is they're picking on the new guy because they want to get their kicks off. 2 is they're trying to motivate her to become better. That's how I choose to see it.
Yeah, I mean, someone has to do it. But you know, that does raise a question. What if everyone performs just as well as the next guy?
Well, then they're all losers.
Yeah, good point.
So, Rainbow Dash goes back to her house and is surprised by...
Hooray! Rainbow Dash! Our favorite Thunderbolt!
I sense the presence of a mortally offended artist.
Tia bless them, they tried.
So, Rainbow Dash explains why her first day sucked using puppy whines, which strangely garners her instant sympathy.
At least they didn't call you Rainbow Trash.
Wait, if she was called Rainbow Trash, wouldn't that completely void the episode?
You're right. Calling Rainbow Dash a worse name would have cheapened the message because it wouldn't have related to her past trauma.
Exactly!
What kind of Twilight Zone crap is this?
So you started off on the wrong hoof. I bet every new Wonderbolt has a tough first day.
Finally! Thank you, Applejack! Someone's talking sense!
What you need is to find a positive way to stand out. As soon as you're known for something else, that nasty old nickname will be forgotten.
And you ruined it.
Okay, Rarity, we love you, but did someone feed you stupid pills? Okay, that may work in the fashion or the stage world, but not the pony equivalent of the Blue Angels!
Rarity's right. Why don't you think of the Wonderbolts like us? We're a team, but we all stand out in different ways.
Girls, stop helping!
So Rainbow Dash takes everyone stands out in their own way a little too literally. And if you thought Rainbow impersonating Twilight was one of the funniest things from Lost Treasure of Griffinstone, good for you, because this is the exact opposite.
Are you guys excited? I'm excited. Actually, I'm always excited. Some ponies even call me Dynamic Dash.
Okay, who put the boot in charge of Reveille?
Go ahead and call me Fourth Ride Philly if you want, but she yucks. I like to tell it like it is.
Okay, I'm not Southern enough to be offended by that, but I am Southern enough to ask why!
So then Rainbow Dash decides to do Twilight again, and then we get this gem of a look from Spitfire.
I'm going to drown you. I'm going to drown you like a sack of dumb puppies.
I'm always finding so much interesting information in books. In fact, a lot of ponies call me Reading Rainboom.
Okay, 1, ow, my childhood. 2, you're 5 years late to that joke, DHX.
We all know how wings work, newbie! And we already have checklists!
I'm so sorry. I was just trying to help because I care about all of the Wonderbolts oh so much. Yes, sirree. Just call me Care Mare.
I want to hit a wall.
I want to puke my brains out.
Why, ever since I was a foal, I've admired the mixture of bold lines and classic contours. They don't call me Rainbow Fash for nothing. The Fash is for fashion.
The love of humanity! Somebody put me out of my misery! I can't stand it anymore! I can't stand it!
I'm not sure why you're acting like this, but you need to stop.
Gotta say, Spitfire's handling this pretty well. Like, uncharacteristically well. I mean, she confronted Dash on her strange behavior, told her to get her head out of her haunch hole, and even gave her the jacket as a ceremonial indoctrination.
Plus, she mentioned that they all had their own silly nicknames, so what's the problem?
So now we get to the third point of contention. Why didn't Dash straight up tell the Wonderbolts about how that name stings? Well, to be honest, nobody really knows. Rainbow Dash is someone who solves her problems through actions rather than words, so I guess it just didn't cross her mind?
That is pretty likely. Also considering she feels so compelled to change the routine even after she was constantly told not to. Why is that?
Well, she's always been a standout flyer and been top banana in everything, even during a couple of her more humble moments. Maybe being in a position where she's the lowest on the totem pole is new territory and she doesn't know how to process it. This is consistent with previous portrayals like in Wonderbolt Academy and Mysterious Mirror Duel, where she has shown she has problems accepting not being on top.
I mean, even if she did ask them to use her normal name, it likely wouldn't have changed anything. Demanding to be given a new name like that is basically demanding that you be treated better than everyone else. It's the ultimate in entitlement. If you can't handle being called a name in a group like this, which demands your full attention at all times, then, quite frankly, you should go back to your college safe space. They want their special snowflake back. Duh, not you. Your bulk biceps now. So it's the day of the show, and the main six are excited to see Rainbow Dash's first performance. Pinkie Pie makes a food reference because of course she does.
I didn't go on by.
So, Rainbow Dash details her plan to grandstand an official military ceremony by deliberately changing the routine and putting a child and herself in needless danger. And you know what?
What?
It's totally believable.
Yeah, it is.
Rainbow Dash has always been one to stand out. She's always thrived in the spotlight since her introduction. She's always wanted her idols to notice her and acknowledge her awesomeness. With it so close in her grasp and it constantly getting rejected, she's kinda desperate for it.
And I'm not throwing away my shot.
Now, while this is bad behavior, it's not necessarily out of character for her. Even though she has developed to learn to keep her ego in check at points, that was really only with her friends, acquaintances, and colleagues. With her heroes and idols, like Daring Do, for instance, she still hasn't learned that yet. So the Wonderbolts start their show, and it appears to be going just fine.
Come on, Pinkie! The show's starting!
1 second! Just a little bit bigger, please, but hurry! Bigger!
Aw, Spike is learning what it's like to wait on a woman. They grow up so fast.
Wow. Sexist much?
Am I wrong? So the show finishes, but then Rainbow Dash starts to set her plan into motion.
It was at this moment Rainbow Dash knew. She f***ed up.
So, Murphy's Law hits Rainbow Dash like a truck, and she is in trouble!
I've always been a standout flyer, but since I joined the Wonderbolts, I've only stood out for making mistakes.
That's what we said!
Are you serious? You're the most talented flyer we've ever had.
Ah, talent does not equal experience.
Good lesson, show. Good job.
My nickname's Clipper. You know why they call me that?
'Cause you're as fast as a ship?
Do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you lying to me?
Mm-hmm.
Flatfoot. Daisy. Slowpoke.
Hoof and mouth.
Fluttershy.
Mr. Stinky.
You don't want to know what they call me.
What is your deal? Seriously.
Do Do not say I didn't warn you.
Huh?
Josh? 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 I warned him!
Now that I'm a Wonderbolt, it's time to be okay with fitting in.
That exact quote is a big reason why I don't agree with the criticism that Rainbow Dash regressed in this episode. She's always been like this.
Not only that, this is the first time she's learned a lesson like this. She's always been a good leader and motivator, but when it came to following orders, she struggled.
There's nothing really out of character for her, and nothing here was a forgotten lesson, so to speak, like we've seen in other episodes. Her pride, while it can be used for good, no matter what form it takes, it usually comes before her fall.
Spitfire's got me cleaning the Wonderbolt's compound for the next month. So why are you in such a good mood? Because I'm a Wonderbolt! Because I'm a Wonderbolt!
That line, right there, that is so important. It's not about the costume, it's not about flying with them, it's not even about the nicknames. That's not what makes you part of the group. By accepting her role within the group, it's when you truly become part of the team.
So we end on Every Brody's new desktop, and that was Newbie Dash. It was fine!
Come on, guys, you're taking this way too seriously. I mean, that's this guy's job.
In the end, we do see why people don't like it. With my military background, I may be a little biased, seeing as I've gone through almost exactly what Rainbow Dash has. It's really hard to explain what makes us like it so much. We see these experiences and we understand how they shaped us and made us stronger. And seeing Rainbow Dash do the same means a lot to us.
With that being said, I haven't had those experiences myself, but I can still see the value in what's being presented here. I think this episode did a decent job getting across the perspective of this particular microculture and a lot of similar microcultures. I guess we just see love and affection where others don't.
As for the episode itself, it had more ups than downs. Sure, the humor was hit and miss, and Rainbow's idiocy could get a little grating, but we still think there's a lot of good that's being overlooked. The moral was great, we finally get a positive portrayal of the Wonderbolts, and this is another character arc that comes to a close, but opens up new possibilities. Something ends, but the story isn't over. And knowing Hasbro's toy sales, we're probably getting a lot more.
Look, we can understand that your viewpoints may depend on your personal views and personal experiences, but at least from our view, we're totally okay with it.
I'm the Fiery Joker.
I'm DaWillstanator.
And I believe it's about that time again. It's about that time for me to get mauled /tased /beaten up by BronyCon fans again. Should I start boarding up the windows?
Actually, no, because it looks like there's not even anyone outside.
Wait, what? That's not right. That's not how this works. I'm a giant contrarian. I'm supposed to get hated on and beaten up.
Well, apparently not this time. It looks like you defended something so hard that your opinion doesn't matter anymore.